My friend's daughter keeps trying it on with me, and I don't know whether to tell him or keep ignoring it. Throwaway for very obvious reasons. Over the past year or so, she has started messaging me privately on Facebook and Instagram. I never post on either, I just use them to watch videos of camper vans and woodworking. At first, it was innocent enough, just asking me to look at a friend's car for her and what she should get her dad for his birthday, etc. Then one night she and her friends were out clubbing and went back to someone's house to party, and it was a bit more than they could deal with. She saw I was online on Facebook and messaged, saying she didn't dare tell her dad where she was and asked if I could come get them. I said yes and set off, but when I got there she came out with her friends and said it was okay now, as the people causing trouble had gone. I stayed talking to her and a friend for 10 minutes to make sure everything was fine, then left, but told her I would stay up and if she changed her mind, she could call me. I went home and made a cup of tea, and then she messaged me. It was a revealing picture of her and the friend I had just spoken to. I messaged her back and said I didn't appreciate that. She apologized and said she got the wrong person. I ignored it, and then didn't hear from her for a couple of weeks, until another Saturday night when she sent another photo and said, "This one is meant for you." I ignored it, and she replied the next morning saying it was a drunken dare and she was sorry. This started a pattern where it seemed whenever she was drunk she would send photos, and then the next day she would apologize. That was until last summer when her parents threw a barbecue. I went upstairs to use the toilet, and when I came out she was on the landing and said she had closed the baby gate at the bottom of the stairs so we would hear if someone opened it. I said no and went to move past her, but she put her hands on the wall and said she wasn't letting me past. Eventually she did, but she found it funny, and since then she has ramped up the messages. It's not just when she's drunk anymore, and she has been offering sexual acts in exchange for lifts and fixing cars. The other week she even turned up at my house, and I told her I was going to speak to her dad. She said I couldn't now because it had gone on too long, and she's right. I don't know what to do. I never reply anymore, but she keeps sending them, and then if it's about fixing her car she will get her dad to ask me, so I can't say no. Before anyone suggests it, I don't want to sleep with her. I've known her since the day she was born. Final update. Hi everyone. Thank you for your advice and kind words on my original post. I really appreciate it. Just to clear a couple of things up. First is why I didn't block her. I'll paste a comment I made. The thing is, we were close. I thought of her as a niece. I have been to every birthday party of hers since she was born. I bought her first bike. I gave her boxing lessons when she was getting bullied at school. I took her to the cinema to see Frozen. I took her to her prom on my motorbike. I went with her to buy her first car, and I have done all the maintenance on it since. I'm heartbroken it's come to this. She isn't just some random kid I could block and forget. Secondly, people asked why I picked her up and didn't immediately tell her parents. I'll copy another comment I made. I have always said to her and my nieces and nephews that if they are ever scared or in a dangerous situation and don't dare tell their parents, they can call me and I will help and keep their secret once. When I was younger, I got into a club when I was 15 and ended up being drugged and taken back to a house. Even when I came around, I didn't dare call my parents in case I got in trouble for clubbing, and then things got a lot worse. I wanted her to know that if she was in danger or scared, she could rely on me. Something terrible happened to me because I was too scared of being in trouble. On to the update. I rang her dad yesterday and asked if I could see him and his wife. I got there and didn't beat around the bush. I just said that for nearly a year Emily has been trying it on with me and sending me inappropriate messages and pictures. I don't have screenshots of every message because I deleted the pictures, but there are plenty of messages from her referencing them. I showed them everything. The dad stopped reading after a couple of messages, but the mum read them all and then just said it was something young women do and we are both adults, so it's up to us what we do. I said I don't want to do anything, I want her to stop harassing me. The mum completely brushed it off and said it's not harassment, it's just a young woman in heat, which made her sound like a dog, and she was the same at that age. We sat and talked about it for a bit, and I told them why I didn't say anything. The dad said, she was never going to give in, she's like her mum. Then they just said they would talk to her, but the mum told me to relax and not take it so seriously. My friend walked out to my car with me and said he would talk to his daughter when she got home, and he was sorry. He also said now he knows why I've been blowing him off about doing the brakes on her car. I left feeling relieved they knew, but a bit annoyed with the mum's reaction. Later last night my friend messaged me because he wanted to check her phone to see if there were other men, but his wife said no, as she is 19 and they have no right. Emily did message me to apologize last night, but then said she spoke to her mum and the offer is always there if I want it. It doesn't seem like anything has really been achieved, but at least it isn't a secret anymore.